Hi, this is Katie.
And this is Leanne.
And we love absinthe.
We do.
We're trying another absinthe for you today. We're going to taste the absinthe, we're going to rate it and come up with our score, and then we'll have a chat about it if you watch our YouTube extended version. The absinthe we are trying today is Vieux Pontarlier, which is made to a traditional recipe in the town of Pontarlier in France, and which it's named after. It is 65% proof, so it's a strong one, not a long one. It's a strong one. Glasses are long, but yeah, we've got our absinthe tasting glasses there. So it's made at Le Fille d'Emile Pernot, and that Pernot is spelled with a T, not a D, in Pontarlier, France. It's made in antique alembic copper stills, using a Chardonnay grape spirit, so not a grain spirit. It includes the holy trinity of absinthe ingredients, so that's grand wormwood, green anise, and fennel, as well as other ingredients which don't know what they are. That's the things that make it distinct, I guess. It's using an heirloom variety of wormwood to have a more traditional flavour, and as I said, it's made to a recipe from the late 1800s, early 1900s.
So we're going to use a rating system from the Wormwood Society. It will give us a score out of 100, and it's based over 6 categories. So we've got appearance, louche, aroma, flavour, mouthfeel, finish, and then overall impressions. Each are weighted slightly differently depending on what they feel is the most important parts and components of an absinthe.
So each one has a score out of 5, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So first category is appearance. What do you think, Katie?
I think it's pretty much perfect, really. It is a beautiful green, natural green, amber colour, crystal clear, jewel-like, top notch, 5 out of 5.
Okay, 5 out of 5. It's a good start. I think it looks like I would imagine an absinthe to look like before you've added the water. It's definitely clear. There's no pieces, there's no sediment, and we're quite low in the bottle actually, so that's a good sign. Doesn't look fake, nothing like artificial colouring in there. I just don't see it as anything remarkable, so I'm going to say 4 out of 5 for appearance. Okay, the next category is louche, so we're going to drip water into the glass. We'll watch how it responds to the water and how well it clouds and all of those things, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. I dilute mine to about 1 to 4, and Katie, you're usually about 1 to 3-ish, so you like it stronger.
I do.
So that will make a difference between us, I guess. But what are your thoughts on the louche?
It's really good. It's really, especially when in these glasses, you can see the oils stay on top until right to the end. It's got a really nice kind of greeny blue hue. It's nice and opalescent, but you can still kind of, the light goes through it, which is what we want through. So I think it's a really good kind of 4, I think.
I like the way that it goes from a bluiness on the thinner edges to a kind of greeny amber in the middle. I don't think it is remarkable. It is opalescent, so I agree. I say a 4 as well.
Okay, so after the louche, we're going to evaluate its aroma. So that's before we pour it. So you just take the lid off the bottle as the louche appears, and then afterwards. I mean, you can smell it even just when you open the bottle. It definitely does have an aroma. It's got a really lovely traditional absinthe aroma. First off, it is good. You can get that fragrance, and it's really good. It's banging, isn't it? Really, you can definitely get the wormwood, the anise, the fennel. Get all the things that it should do. It smells really, really good. I think I'm definitely gonna give it a good 4. I think.
Okay, I would give the aroma a 4 as well. I think that it is definitely pleasant. It's alluring, makes you want to drink it. Mm-hmm. So I give it a 4 absolutely. As well.
Okay, nice.
So in agreement.
First time for everything. Okay, so now the important bit, we're going to try it and see what it tastes like, and what flavours we can get and how it feels. Okay, cheers.
Cheers. It's so nice.
So good. It really is so nicely balanced. It's got the anise, so you've got a bit of a tingle, but it's not kind of spiky. It coats your mouth really nicely. You can taste the wormwood. It balances really nicely with everything else. It's a really, really good example of what an absinthe should be and should taste like. So
Okay.
I think 4. Yeah.
4 for you.
Yeah.
This is one of my favourite because it's very balanced, but slightly heavy on the wormwood, which I really like. So I want something different to pasties, and this is very different. I think it's complex. I think that there is various points at which the flavour changes in your mouth, but it maintains that wormwood weight. It's delicious. The texture I find very smooth. There's no dryness as such, but no sweetness either. I don't have sugar, so that's good. I think it's top of the notch.
Top of the notch. Top
So
of the notch.
I would give it a 5.
5 tops of the notch.
Okay, next is the finish. So how long the flavour lasts in the mouth and after sipping, and your experience of that. After I've swallowed the absinthe, the flavour I immediately get, it's almost like a caramelly flavour. It's interesting. I think that's on the wormwood. But it quickly moves on to a pleasant bitterness. There's a good length of finish, not too long. It doesn't linger in the mouth. It just lasts long enough and then leaves you wanting another sip. I wouldn't say it's remarkable or exceptional. I think it is a 4 for me.
Okay. I mean, I think I'd agree. Obviously, it's not trying to do anything different and funky. So I think, yeah, it does what it does very, very well. It does, yeah, all the things it should do. So I'm going to give it a 4 as well.
Great. Well, we agreed on that one.
We did.
The final category then is just our impressions of it overall. What do we feel about it as an absinthe? Is it convincing? Is it an absinthe as far as we're concerned?
It's a really good example of what an absinthe should be like. Just a really solid, good introduction, and I'd recommend this to anybody that wants to try a really good quality absinthe. So yeah, I think I'd give it a 4. Yeah, it's a really, really nice absinthe.
I would give it a 4 too. I very much like the idea. It's kind of classic.
Yeah.
It's made to a recipe that's been used since the 1800s. I really like that it's not heavy on the anise and the fennel. I really like that the wormwood is very clearly there. So yeah, wonderful. I wouldn't say it's remarkable though. So yeah, that's a 4 from me as well. I guess we need to add up the scores and come up with our final total for Vieux Pontarlier then.
Okay, so we'll do that and get back to you. Okay, so the results are in. Using the Wormwood Society rating system, we worked it out, and Leanne gave it a whopping 84 out of 100.
84, that's not bad, is it?
No, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Katie's score was 83 out of 100. So we're pretty close, even though we rated it slightly differently for each category. So it's a solid absinthe.
Yeah, above average, really good at what it does. If you're looking to try absinthe for the first time and want something that is a proper, original, true absinthe, I'd say this is a really good one to start with.
It's amazing. I absolutely love it. So give it a go. All right. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching.
See you later.
See you for the next one.
Bye.
Cheers. Okay, well, if you're still here, then you're obviously watching on YouTube because this is our extended review of the Vieux Pontarlier absinthe, and thank you for sticking with us. So I guess I could say a bit about how I ended up with this bottle of absinthe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I got into absinthe, it was actually only earlier this year. I was searching online for different types that I could buy in the UK. It's actually quite difficult to get a variety in the UK. But I just found this from a seller. I didn't really know much about it. I didn't know that much about absinthe then. I just found this from someone who was selling online. So I bought it, tried it, and thought, wow, that is incredible. It's absolutely amazing. Thankfully, then, it's one that you can get in the UK.
Yeah, it's definitely, it is a weird one, absinthe, isn't it, in terms of things that you can get over here, especially since Brexit. There's not, some places won't ship to the UK, so it is nice that you can get it. And I just really like that, as you said, we're both quite new to the drink, so I think it's such a great example of this kind of, like you said, classic recipe. It's based on kind of one of the original recipes that we kind of found in the absinthe lore, as it were. So it doesn't, so many drinks, gins and things try to make everything different and new and have its kind of own identity. I like the fact that this is just stripped back and focuses on the three main ingredients and kind of doesn't really do a lot else. It just does what it does really, really well. And I think it was really lucky that we kind of found this one quite early on.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we think this is probably our third. We got a bottle of Devil's Botany first,
Mhm.
which is wonderful. Then we got a bottle of Lafay, but just because that's an obvious second bottle to get, I guess. And then this was the third.
Yeah.
And I just absolutely love it. I love it so much nicer than Lafay, I have to say, which we
Yeah.
haven't scored yet, but we will do.
I think it really does kind of set itself apart in its just how how good it is with what it does. I think it's really great. It's so drinkable. Everything that it should do. Just that smell when you open the bottle. The artwork's beautiful. It's really kind of classic Art Nouveau color palette. The label is fab. Just everything about it. It's a nice experience to drink it, isn't it? It's the bottle, like the shape of the bottle, everything is really well thought out, and it's just a really good absinthe.
Even the bottle's amber. I've learned that with absinthe you need to have a light filter or a completely opaque bottle to store it in because the ultraviolet light, damages the absinthe's colour and its flavour.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so sunlight will affect it.
Oh, is that because I guess if they're adding it with natural, if they're colouring it with natural botanicals and things like that, I guess those things are affected by light. That would make sense, but I didn't realise until you just said it just now.
Yes. Yeah, so from what I understand and from what I've read, the colouring of the absinthe to make it green comes from a second kind of soaking, if you like,
Maceration,
ingredients. Maceration, maybe. I don't know if that's the right word. I think it is. But they'll leave green vegetables in there. One of which is a type of wormwood, not grand wormwood, but it's another type of wormwood in its green form, not in its dried form.
Okay.
And sometimes it's spinach as well is used. There's a whole range of things to add the greenness to it.
So we're going to be like Popeye as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right. We'll have 4 arms like this. See.
Excellent. We'll get a little anchor.
That's it. Yeah.
Will you be my olive oil if I'm your
course.
Popeye?
Yeah. I'm not thin enough for olive oil, but you haven't got any room for an anchor on your arm.
I can do a really small one.
Tiny. I do it with
teeny,
biro.
Yeah, a teeny tiny one. I didn't know that. That's cool.
So that's what's done after it's been distilled and stuff's just left to soak to add colour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, full of knowledge. Good job.
I've been reading lots.
So much. So what else is there anything that you kind of want to add about, I don't know, do you think you like this more than some of the newer artisanal ones that do try to change things up a bit, or because this is your favourite absinthe? So
it is, yeah. It's the toss up between this and Devil's Botany absinthe regardless, but I think it's just because it's uncomplicated.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely more. You have to watch with these glasses because of that bulb. It makes it really difficult to drink.
I forgot about that until just now, and it spat at me.
It spits at you because of the air bubbling through the bulb. I can't remember what I was saying now.
Your favourite absinthe and Devil's Botany, and you like it because it's uncomplicated.
It's uncomplicated. It's the flavours are clear. There's clarity in the mouthfeel and the flavours. But also then no one dominates beyond a general wormwoody flavour.
Yeah, I think they do. They blend really nice. Some of them are so anise heavy, and I quite like that because I like that. But you tend to drink a lot of pastis, so like you were saying, it's nice to have something that's different.
Yeah.
And you can like the difference that wormwood makes to it when you have a pastis, so you think, oh, it's still and it's quite similar, and then you have a really good absinthe and you realise just how much extra that wormwood and the fennel and bits and bobs adds.
Yeah. If you don't know, pastis was made as a replacement for absinthe after it had been banned to make an absinthe-like drink, a kind of anise and fennel flavoured drink. So and pastis, things like Ricard and Pernot, and so on. And there are some artisanal pastis as well, which we might do a tasting of at some point.
Oh, might we?
Yeah, so we bought a nice one in Leanne in France recently, didn't we?
Yeah, when we went on the hunt for absinthe and failed
We
miserably.
did. Yeah, I mean, I know absinthe, the popularity of absinthe hasn't returned, and there is a lot of stigma attached to drinking absinthe.
Oh yeah, no,
I think.
definitely. But up your game, France.
Yeah. French people, we love you.
We do.
Yeah, we love you. But it'd be nice if there was more absinthe available. Yeah, but I mean, it's the same. Absinthe never really took off in the UK, in England at least, at all. Not to the extent that it did in parts of Europe, but or mainland Europe, I should say. But there is a couple of absinthe bars in the country, but that's it. But I guess unless you're in that Pontarlier's cuvée, that Swiss-French border region, which there is still quite a lot of identity around absinthe, it's probably just not going to be there, is it?
Yeah, no, I guess not. And I guess that's fair. And it very much did, like you said, it had this reputation and it was banned. And I certainly thought of it as a drink that was banned and that was going to send me crazy and all these kind of, I don't know, this myth that surrounds it. But I'm not quite sure where I heard that from, or it's just something I don't.
Well, we were all told it, weren't we? Wormwood is poisonous, that it will kill you if you drink too much, and that it gives you hallucinations, seizures, and stuff like that.
And obviously none of that's true at all, which is, the power of propaganda and the wine industry, trying to get people to go off it is so effective, because even to this day, when you tell people that, if I tell people at work that, we drink absinthe, they're like, oh God, and it's still frowned upon and seen a bit as a, an out there drink.
I've had people say, oh, I had absinthe once and I was tripping the night away for the rest of the night, and I thought, no, you weren't. It doesn't happen, does it?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. No. And we come up with some really good ideas when we're on that, when we've had absinthe.
That's the other thing, isn't it? What do they call it? They call it the lucid intoxication of absinthe.
Yeah.
And I get that.
I think that's the thing.
Yeah, I do too. It's kind of like you are a bit drunk, but also you're also quite wired. And you are also full of ideas.
And kind of in control of your faculties.
Yeah. Although I definitely wouldn't drive after a few absinthes, but
no.
Yeah, I mean, if you think it's nearly double, some are double the strength of a standard spirit. Standard spirit's about 40%, aren't they?
Yeah.
This is 65%, so a single shot is like, nearly a double shot. Comparatively, but
yeah, no, it definitely gets you drunk in a different way, but it certainly doesn't have any of that. Any of the effects that they claim of madness, and I mean, or maybe we were always just a bit weird.
I think,
and we just meet it in the middle.
I think it's a very strong alcohol. People stopped drinking wine in France towards the end of the 1800s, and absinthe was the cheaper replacement after there was a problem with the wine vines and disease and so on. So wine was less available, and absinthe kind of filled that gap. A good glass of wine is 14%, good glass of red.
Yeah.
This is a lot stronger. So it's no wonder people started to have problems in a way that they hadn't before with alcohol.
Especially if they were drinking it like wine.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a glass of absinthe the size of wine, and you can have a good time for about 20 minutes, and then you go.
I've been reading a lot recently about the way it was drunk and so on. And people talk about drinking it neat in big glasses. And you think, how on earth?
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
And just, I can't imagine that it would taste nice. I mean, I guess, but then, I don't know, you've got enough kind of social problems and things at that time in history that what your absinthe tastes like is probably pretty low down on your list of priorities. You just want to get drunk and forget how shit everything is.
Yeah. Absolutely,
so I kind of, I don't blame. And I guess when you got things like gin, I guess we have quite a high bar in terms of alcohol and how refined it is, and the regulations around it to make it legal. Obviously, back then you could just kind of pretty much do anything and sell it. And if it was alcoholic and got you drunk, people would buy it.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have the money and they didn't have the techniques, etc.
But
So
people needed escape as well. Life
yeah.
was tough. I remember having a painting on the wall at my mum and dad's, not a print on the wall at my mum and dad's house when I was growing up, and it was called Gin Alley, and it was just a picture of very drunken people kind of slouching in London over steps. So was there really a difference between absinthe in France and Switzerland and places where it was banned from the kind of gin taverns and alleyways in France?
Well, in London.
Sorry, in London.
Yeah.
In London. Is there a difference? Probably not.
I guess the whole mother's ruin thing, and people would choose alcohol over food and stuff, wouldn't they? You know, especially if you were homeless and kept you warm, and you had lots of problems that you could kind of drink away. I certainly don't blame people. So I guess us sitting here talking about kind of mouthfeel and flavour, like back then that just wasn't a priority. Like a pint of that neat and
that's you sorted without any worries till the next day.
Yeah, absolutely. So
because your worries have been erased by the absinthe.
I guess so. So maybe whilst there's clearly there's lots of evidence that there's propaganda and the wine industry did a lot of damage to this drink in terms of saying how harmful it was, but I guess people also, there might have been some kind of truth. I guess it wasn't made as refined as it was now. People might have been trying to make it themselves.
The quality of the ingredients and the way it was made was probably cheaper for those mass-produced absinthes. There would have been good quality ones and also ones that were cheaper for poorer people to buy.
So I guess then it might kind of be a mix of truth in between the kind of the propaganda and people doing kind of a lot of very bad alcohol, and it probably did send them a bit weird. And
in the way that incredibly strong alcohol might. It'd be interesting in a future podcast to talk about what led to the ban in Switzerland, which then spread around Europe, because that's really fascinating.
Okay, well that sounds good.
We'll do that. So we finished our glasses.
We have indeed. So
bringing it back to Vieux Pontarlier, perhaps a flavour that was available in those times before the ban. If it's made to that recipe, it probably did taste a lot like this, made in the same stills, the copper alembic stills. So it's wonderful now though.
It is.
Very much enjoy it. Very much enjoy
I mean, I guess what we were just talking about of things being made in different way, made in alembic stills and copper thing, and it all sounds terribly kind of, I don't know, nostalgic and nice, and there probably were people making it out of plants in buckets, and that's probably why it made them crazy and weird, and that's kind of also sad. And maybe a discussion for another time. But we finished our drinks, so I guess we'll call it to a close, and see you later.
See you later. Thanks. We'll see you for the next one.